Relentless challenges in cybersecurity mandate that we improve, learn, and grow, all in the face of adversity.
Tonight, senior government officials are racing to limit the impact.
Hackers from China, Russia, and other nations have been using artificial intelligence systems to help create their cyber attacks.
Last fall, FBI Director Christopher Wray warned about the risk of AI falling into the wrong hands.
The threat landscape continues to expand as individuals, criminal organizations, and nation-states attack on multiple fronts simultaneously, seeking to profit from our loss. We are battling an enemy that doesn't abide or respect rules, and only needs to penetrate our defenses once to cause irreversible harm. As Sun Tzu once said,
"Attack is the secret of defense. Defense is the planning of an attack."
If the answer lies with a solid defense, why is our current strategy not best suited for the future? The goalposts are moving. Current tools and human intelligence alone can't detect and combat the volume and complexity. Bad actors are leveraging tools we are exploring. And with higher performing, lower cost AI-enabled hardware, this will only accelerate. There is hope, but we all must start now. We must prepare for the fight. We must educate our teams, adopt our blueprint, clean our data, refine and at times redefine our processes. It's critical to understand the symbiotic relationship now needed to accelerate AI into your security strategy. By merging the power of firewalls, networks, MDR, SASE, and SIM with responsible AI policies, leveraging large language models, generative AI, we can create an exponentially stronger defense against cyber threats. And we must have the right weapons for the fight. Now's the time to look at solutions. Integrated platforms that are holistic in nature, easy to deploy, all while remaining agile and resilient to the growing demand. Lastly, we absolutely can't forget the human element, empathy and emotion. While machines can perform necessary tasks, human beings are required for intelligence-driven leadership, security crisis management, and talent recognition. While the generational impacts of AI have not fully materialized, there can be no question that we are standing at the inflection point and we will prevail. But we cannot conquer it alone. We are and always have been stronger together. The time is now to rise up and defend our industry and our community. We are the IT Nation. Please welcome Jason McGee, CEO of ConnectWise, and Greg Lawley, SVP and GM, IT Nation.
IT Nation, welcome to Orlando. It's great to be with you here. For those who are new or haven't seen me in a while, I'm Jason McGee, and still going strong as CEO of ConnectWise. I knew that would get applause.
And hello, everybody. My name is Greg Lawley. I'm the General Manager of the IT Nation. It's great to be with you, and thank you for joining us tonight. Jason and I were just chatting backstage about how just 6 months ago here in Orlando, we were talking about business transformation and changes in the landscape, and really reflecting on what is now 5 years of IT Nation Secure.
Yeah, and speaking of 5 years, you might have noticed the little display on the stage over there. These are the IT Nation Secure Challenge coins that have been issued over the past 5 years since the conference's inception. This display, along with the coins, are a token of our appreciation to all the partners who have attended all 5 IT Nation Secure events. And the remarkable thing is the experience has grown over the years. There are over 1,200 of you here with us this week, eager to engage in key conversations about cybersecurity, AI, and emerging technologies, the roles they play, and how they will coexist. So before we get too deep into the state of the industry, I wanted to say a few words about the state of the IT Nation and Greg's role in leading us. As ConnectWise has grown, the IT Nation has multiplied. And because of that, we are aiming higher than ever before to align our vision to bring you a best-in-class set of conferences and thought leadership a platform to showcase a variety of voices, and to deliver on an open ecosystem. Come on, open ecosystem. We recognize that we don't have all the answers. We don't have all the solutions, products, or tools. But we do believe that our partners need the depth and breadth of options to remain nimble, effective, and growing. This expansion requires dedicated leadership, a fresh perspective, and a passion. And if you know Greg, he has passion, and you can see him at the bar tonight, and he'll show you that passion for everything that the IT Nation is and aspires to be. And with that, we've arrived at a pivotal moment to shape, strengthen, and to steer us forward. I have the utmost confidence that Greg is going to lead the IT Nation with a vision that will benefit our entire industry.
Thank you. Thanks to Jason, and not only for the kind words and sharing with everybody here, but the faith that you've put in me to lead the IT Nation. It really is inspiring. You know, I've spent 14 years here preparing for this role, starting and leading multiple teams, helping to build global communities, and you have my promise that I'll do whatever is in my power at every turn to advance the efforts of the entire institution. Jason, afford me a couple minutes if I can, just unpack a few things, speak to everybody directly.
The stage is yours.
To all TSPs here, my promise is simple. We want to partner with you. We want to bring the full potential and power of the community to your doorstep. You define your success. Through data and experience, we've learned that if we know your growth mindset, which we call mode, and we understand the maturity skills that you have at your disposal, then we can meet you where you are and help plot and track your progress to become best in class. And while performance and achievement are critical, it's also vital that they happen in a meaningful, functional, sustainable way. That includes intentionally a culture building exercise within your institutions, building and balancing your personal lives, for you and your team, and also being mindful of their mental health and physical health. We're here to help you. The IT Nation is an unfettered gateway and a link to experiences that will transform you both in business and in life. To our vendor partners, thank you for your continuous and unwavering support of the IT Nation. This community would not be the same without you. Not only do we look forward to deepening our ties and mutual investments, but I'd like to also issue a challenge to engage and collaborate, to find new ways to leverage our collective skills and collective resources to benefit our MSP partners. The DNA of the IT Nation welcomes anyone who can help join us and be successful in this journey. Not only would that tradition continue, but I'm excited to actively tell you that I'm exploring expansive opportunities that will give you even more opportunity within the IT Nation. We will ensure that all who contribute have a seat at the table. And finally, to our IT Nation colleagues, I'm blessed to be stepping into an organization that is stronger than ever, both in mission and in focus. I'm committed to make sure that it is and continues to be the community of communities to be in. You inspire me daily with your passion to serve our partners, your unselfishness in giving of your time and energy, and your undying belief that we absolutely can make a difference. Your efforts don't go unnoticed, and for that, I'm grateful. And finally, I'm acutely aware that there are years of legacy and moments and milestones that make up the fabric of this community. I sincerely thank all those who have come before me and paved the way at IT Nation, as the IT Nation has truly been built on the shoulders of giants. Collectively, we are the IT Nation, and aligned to our motto, wise together, rise together. Thank you. Okay, let's pivot. Thank you for indulging me there for a second. Look, we're going to pivot to the theme of the next 3 days of where we're heading. And we're really engaged in a groundswell of AI-powered everything. You saw that from the video we put together. It really means that there's infinite possibilities for all of us, and it's beyond our comprehension right now to formulate that, which means the future is ours to shape. But now that AI has entered the mainstream, it's expanding its attack surface as well, as we know. So Jason, given the role ConnectWise has played in security, I think everybody here would like to know about your vision for security-driven AI and what that means for the future, if you're up for that.
Let's do it.
Yeah, right on. So look, I spend a lot of time like you do researching out there in the industry. The way I see it, AI is the driving force. It's morphing every day to automate every function in our lives. It seems like a bit of an echo chamber, I think, to a lot of us. Maybe there's something that you can distill down to this innovation overload, take something actionable that the folks here can kind of go forward with to help keep their environment safe and secure.
Yeah, look, Greg, there's no doubt about it. AI has changed the game, and AI is the ultimate sidekick or disruptor. And it's bigger than us. We talked about this last year, and in just 12 months, AI has taken a leap. And naturally, there's an expectation that we'd all go from novices to experts in that short time. But unfortunately, that's not the case. It's not realistic. For some, it may seem insurmountable. For others, we have processes and rules that we need to follow in order to adopt new technology and innovation. For all, whether we know it or not, AI is making its way through our business bloodstream. It is here to stay. And it is an accelerant, one that will also complicate and compromise our ability to stay secure amongst the chaos. Today, we feel more out of control with more blind spots and with more tool sprawl than ever before. And what's on the horizon? Look, more threats that are even bigger, more sophisticated, and faster. And threat actors are unchained and unrestricted, not bound by the same processes or rules that we all have. They can attack when they want, where they want, and faster than ever, and faster than we could defend. So, you need to embrace new innovations and act swiftly, and lean into things like the IT Nation and community to learn more, making the most, and make the most out of your time here this week at the IT Nation Secure.
Yeah, excellent feedback, Jason. Thank you. Look, over the next 2 days, the MSPs are going to be exposed to a lot of content, solutions, plethora of things, innovation. What is the mindset that they need to be in right now as we go forward the rest of the keynote and for the next 2 days?
Yeah, look, I've tried predicting people's mindsets for a long time, but I'll do my best here. AI, as AI is adopted for defense purposes, we'll need to strike a balance to unite the human element in decision-making with AI. So here's my advice, here's our advice. You need to start somewhere, anywhere. Don't get left behind. The uncertainty, the ethical code, and moral rules, and just rules in general will paralyze you. It paralyzes many people. We're standing directly inside the technological renaissance, where artificial intelligence has become the backbone of innovation. Cyber threats are advancing, and it is universal and powerful. It's unyielding, and it's still immature. And while I can't predict that future or what will happen next, I can tell you with a level of absolute certainty that AI's influence on security and unpredictability is our future.
Yeah, and your last statement dovetails into the last question I have for you really quick. There are a lot of misnomers out there, whether, about AI, hyperautomation, whether it be in the media, whether it be society, or just people in general about AI and the negativity, negative impact it's going to have on business, right? Especially with old security professionals here in the room today. Can you help us dispel the myth at all about, is it, not reducing headcount, not taking jobs, replacing humans altogether?
Yeah, and I covered this at IT Nation Connect, and I do hear this all the time. But we view AI's role through a different lens. I could stand here and tell you that AI is untenable, it's erratic, and performs at a speed beyond human capability. And while most of that is true, AI shouldn't be positioned as a threat to your organization. AI and automation will help fill that talent gap around cyber and make your ordinary IT professional more cyber savvy and more superhuman by leveraging things like Sidekick. So, as I said at IT Nation Connect in November, reinvest in your people, education, training, surround them with the automation and artificial intelligence tools so they could bridge that talent gap so you as a business can compete on the same playing field as everyone else along with the threat actors. And look, I recognize that everyone is at their own stage of this journey around hyperautomation, and ConnectWise will continually to work with our partners to equip them with the knowledge they need and to help them understand how to apply automation to defend themselves in this ever-changing, unrelenting threat landscape.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. So when it comes to cybersecurity and the convergence of AI, it's not a question of if, but when, right? So that begs the question. I think it would be a great time to bring out Patrick Beggs and Jay Ryerson.
Nice, I see what you did there, Greg.
All right, Jason.
All right.
Thanks for joining us.
Look, thanks for having me. Greg, you're gonna do great leading the IT Nation. Have a great week at IT Nation Secure.
Okay, IT Nation, let's get some answers, right? I'd like to introduce Jay Ryerson. Jay, to many of you, he's a known quantity. He's a former engineer, owner, CISSP, owner of an MSP, and Patrick Beggs, who's ConnectWise Chief Information Security Officer. He served as the first Director of Cyber Operations, Department of Homeland Security's National Cybersecurity Communications Integration Center. Come on up, gentlemen.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
All right, guys, let's get down to brass tacks, right? You guys live and breathe in this space day in, day out. There are no better authorities on the topic to speak to this. So I'm going to leave it to you, the experts. I'll go backstage, take some notes, and I'll be back shortly. So leave it to you guys. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Greg. Look, so welcome IT Nation. I mean, it's 5 years. This is fantastic to see what we were able to build and grow. So thank you all for your time here this week, and we look forward to having conversations with all of you. So let's begin with the obvious, right? The challenge before us, AI. We know this is something big. The possibilities are endless, maybe even mind-numbing when you look at how fast this thing is moving. This is truly a you've got mail moment for our industry. For those of you old enough, you can appreciate that.
That went over good. That went over pretty well, actually.
Today, look, we're all standing at the edge, wondering if it's time to turn back or to jump in. But we all know that there's no turning back. The world is moving faster than we can manage, and our clients expect us to guide them on this trip. I'm certain you're feeling this too. And in a fast evolving world of AI, the most challenging part is translating theory into practice. So Patrick, you speak with CISOs and other organizations all the time. What can you share about AI and your vision about what this means for security in the future?
Thanks, Jay. And it's great to be here up here with you, and really great to see everyone again as my third IT Nation Secure. But we really need to brace ourselves what the security threats that came with this digital codependency. So we have no choice but to rapidly engage the philosophy we are going to combat bad actors. As an example, AI is being used to automate the scale, precision of social engineering attacks, crafting highly personalized phishing campaigns that can deceive your customers, your colleagues, and even you as an expert. Cyber criminals are already employing AI to create advanced attacks. They learn from the environment to evade detection. These AI-powered threats can autonomously modify their code, bypassing security measures, making them challenging to track and neutralize. AI has blanketed us. It's sucking up the oxygen in the room and dominating our conversations. And for the last 18 months, technology defenses have never been more challenged, and I can speak from that personally. When it comes to cybersecurity, we can't lose sight of the future, because the future of cybersecurity, it is going to be powered by AI. And make no mistake, AI is a runaway train, and you can't be left standing on the tracks.
Yeah, speaking of tracks, let's move the conversation to the intersection of cyber and AI. We know that AI has leveled the playing field. I mean, think about it. AI and cyber are on a collision course, one that makes them truly symbiotic. It's an open source tool. It's driving innovation. It's kind of like a hammer. It can be used for both good and for evil. And it's accessible to everyone. When's the last time you heard about an innovative technology this powerful and moving this fast? AI is infiltrating our daily lives without much governance or constraint. When we think about this convergence, it's a double-edged sword. I mean, the threat landscape is taking on a new and unrecognizable shape every day. And to be fair, our adversaries aren't playing by the same rules. Threat actors aren't limited by testing new tools or having to put in a new corporate policy on acceptable AI usage. They have no boundaries. They don't care about ethical or moral use cases. Threat actors simply want to get paid. So we need to move fast. We must be proactive, or AI will handcuff our ambitions, disarm our defenses, and dilute our greatest asset with our customers, that being trust.
Jay, you're absolutely right. But rest assured, we're paying attention, and we are aware, and we are proactive. For AI, here are some of the proactive actions we've already deployed here at ConnectWise. My red team is using AI to test our own defenses. We have guidelines and policies on safe and ethical usage of AI at ConnectWise. We've created an AI steering committee for executive oversight and a lot more, but I'm not going to try to cover all that here in the keynote. And if you see me out and about this week, please, I'm more than happy to have a conversation about it. But over the last few years, we took a similar approach to being proactive with cybersecurity. We've created a product security champion program. We've built a world-class red team threat hunt and penetration test capabilities. We've established a formal threat intelligence program and regularly test our incident response capabilities.
So planning and being proactive are key to building a solid cybersecurity foundation. By the way, aren't you doing a breakout on incident response this week, Uniting Against Vulnerability?
I was glad you brought that up, Jay. So yep, absolutely. I'm going to be joined by industry experts, Matt Lee, Jason Slagle, and it's going to be modified by CJ Fairfield of CRN, so really excited about that.
I'm pretty sure she's going to moderate,
yes.
Not modify.
Moderate, modify, maybe we'll modify. Who knows? Where's CJ at?
Look, when we get down to it, Patrick, I might bust your chops a little bit, but I sleep better at night knowing that your team is always focused on working to bolster ConnectWise's security posture. But we shouldn't forget about the basic need to secure clients against internal and external threats from AI. I mean, simple human error and a lack of understanding by users is probably our biggest concern today. You know, something as simple as a user uploading an employee roster with the payroll data into an unprotected ChatGPT instance.
Would never happen.
Yeah, right. So defending against AI-enabled attacks will grow in intensity, quality, speed, and of course, scale.
Yep. Could you imagine, Jay, your team being asked to solve a ticket from what you thought was the owner of your biggest client, and it turns out to be someone impersonating their voice? Same security challenge, different attack vector. So we must unite around these commonalities to be successful. Execute on the basics, like good cyber hygiene, endpoint detection at every agent. And in today's landscape, it is table stakes to be doing this. Last, and this one is important, we can't compromise. We must be willing to walk away from clients that do not subscribe to our security principles and protocols.
I mean, that's...
Walk away.
You know, I couldn't have said it better myself. So let's be really clear on this topic. Gone are the good old days when just adding antivirus and a firewall are enough to keep us safe. And yet many of you guys know who you are, have only upgraded from antivirus to MDR for a portion, not all of your clients and supported endpoints. It's time to catch up with market conditions and require a minimum level of security for your clients. Or as Patrick said, be willing to walk away from the table and risk these clients bring to your business. So let's take a deep breath and kind of bring the fear factor down now. We kind of step off our soapbox here. We're gearing up for a new mode, where cyber and AI require speed, immediacy, and deliberate action. But to do so, we probably need to go back a few steps and consider the basics of cyber hygiene. What are some actions that ConnectWise has taken and that MSPs can take to build up their defenses, resilience, and of course, recovery?
Yeah, look, Jay, I'm a football dad, so bear with me as I step through this. You don't have to be a football fan to understand that the difference between winning and losing, right, is how best one team can execute the fundamentals. Like basic blocking and tackling, coordinated plays, a strategic mindset, and a desire to perform as a team. Security is much the same, as everyone knows. You must play an opponent. Would you ever want to play an opponent without a defense, right? So our playbook is simple. And here are some of the things you should consider installing in your organizations to be practiced, prepared, and at the ready to field an attack. Just going to highlight a couple of them because to me they are very essential. If you do nothing else, do these. First of all, safeguard your AI engine. Understand its attack surface. Also, ownership, accountability, and ethics of how you're employing AI. Can't say that enough as well. At ConnectWise, we're governed by these very same guidelines as I mentioned before. I preach this to my team and to our partners all the time. Even at a baseline level, organizations must do these things to remain safe.
That's great info, and thank you for sharing. I love that graphic. So while AI can significantly enhance our defensive capabilities, it also presents fertile ground for sophisticated threats. Of course, we need to navigate with vigilance and foresight. Simply put, we can no longer show up for battle with antiquated tools. Start simple and start now. You've heard this before with cyber. Also, start by protecting your own house, and then build towards a service to protect your clients. AI as a service. I'm guessing we don't need an acronym for that, do we?
Come on.
Some of you will catch up on that in just a moment. So MSPs that effectively harness the potential of AI, deliver services differently, capture the monetary value, the growth that AI presents today, will thrive. To do so, we must be bold and enter this new frontier with curiosity and a willingness to listen, to learn, and of course to lead. Businesses that don't, well, just like those of you that waited on cybersecurity, you will be passed by.
Hey, Jay, I've never run an MSP or had a P&L ownership. I've been in the operations space my whole career. So to me, capturing this opportunity sounds difficult. Seriously, how will our partners get cybersecurity and AI working together for their organizations, customers, and growth? What's your advice?
So these are great questions, and of course, we talked about starting simple and starting now. As a former owner of an MSP, I have some thoughts on this topic. And so looking back, think about it. We did this with server projects in the late 90s and the 2000s as we helped businesses move to a digital age. We've done it with our move from break-fix to MSP. You've done that, right? We've done it with cybersecurity. And we'll do this together with AI as part of the fourth industrial revolution. Today, many of you are driving successful cybersecurity practices. You've done it by growing your capabilities, finding wise partners, and leveraging your security acumen. And you've benefited and capitalized, driving revenue from it for the last 8 or so years. Now is the time to step up and meet the expectations of your clients and our industry. Many of you have already begun hyper-automating and are well on your way to applying it within your walls to supercharge your organization. Don't stop. AI brings us a new generation of these server projects. It's strategic planning. It's assessing user workflows. It's onboarding new AI services for your clients. It's managing change. It's ongoing support and maintenance. And of course, it's tying different AI capabilities together. And never forget, you must secure AI.
Jade, I'm telling you, you now even got my mind going about some of the possibilities internally as well at ConnectWise. But keep in mind, the same is true for how your clients are thinking about AI and choosing the tools like ChatGPT and Microsoft Copilot. They don't understand the impact of securing their data necessarily and how it's going to be used to train future models. You do though, so this is your responsibility. So we need to step up and share and educate and push that ball forward.
Now, for all of you in the room today, the reality is I see we've got 4 major areas to focus on. First, we need to consolidate our tool sets. And I've talked with a lot of you over the last couple of years. Think about how many different cyber tools you're supporting today. I mean, we go to shows like this and we buy the new shiny penny and then we've got to deploy it and manage it and maintain it over time. It's impossible to correlate the action and the threat data from all those tools. It just doesn't work. And so as service providers, we simply manage too many tools. This impacts your team's efficiency and quality of work, leading to potential burnout from alert fatigue and a reduced quality of service for your clients. To solve this, look for product overlap and better ways to keep your clients secure.
And Jay, as you know, this isn't just for cybersecurity. Your clients will want to use every AI tool they can find, leading to new shadow IT issues, security gaps, and tool expansion challenges. We have to consolidate. It's an imperative. Yep.
Yeah. Then next, we need to standardize. Consolidation and standardization go hand in hand. I get that. But less tools makes it easier for your teams to standardize process and documentation. Simplification of your operating stack streamlines the work to be done and allows you to leverage the technology integrations in a meaningful way. We need to standardize on cyber and AI ASAP. And ultimately, standardization is a major step towards happier staff and improved profitability for your business.
Yep. We need to leverage hyper-automation. Like cybersecurity, AI introduces opportunity for everyone here in the IT nation. Just like I've done with our team, hyper-automation accelerates the work to be done for your teams to minimize fatigue improve efficiency, and drive improved quality of service.
Yeah, and if you're not sure where to start, I'd suggest you lean in with tools like ConnectWise Sidekick and RPA, as well as Microsoft Copilot, to build better documentation, streamline your SOPs or standard operating procedures, improve communications, accelerate mean time to repair, and execute more efficiently. And lastly, there's our opportunity. What does this mean for us? Well, here's what we know. Learning from the past, we know that, like cybersecurity, AI and hyperautomation are opportunities to provide better outcomes for our clients and our business. But don't take my word for it. ConnectWise commissioned Vance & Bourne, an independent research firm based in London, to interview 700 SMBs over the last 2 months, your typical clients. And here's what the research found. 38% of those surveyed expect to implement AI in their business in the next 2 years. Really? Only 38%?
Maybe more.
I think it's going to be more than that. Probably closer to 90%, right? But they just don't know it yet. But I know that you do. And of those that are going to deploy AI, the majority noted that they currently use or will use an MSP to accelerate adoption of these new technologies. But the data goes way beyond AI.
It really does. The results from the Vance & Bourne survey highlight the fact that cybersecurity is still top of mind for your clients. As a matter of fact, 78% of those businesses surveyed in the Vance & Bourne report are worried they will experience a cybersecurity attack in the next 6 months. So some of the biggest concerns they've heard from SMB surveys were remote devices, employees being breached, increased cost of a cyber attack, legal ramifications, IT systems and customer data being breached, and many more. This continues to be your responsibility, again, in the eyes of your clients. We just can't let them down.
And on the opportunity side, these businesses told us what they look for when choosing an MSP as a partner. Here's what they had to say. Confidence, capability, and trust are at the forefront of every decision tied to buying cybersecurity from you. It's a confidence in your ability to respond to incidents, your team's capabilities and certifications, trust in your ability to deliver against your offerings, and then back to confidence again with the ability to minimize damage and loss. So ConnectWise is the partner best equipped at the intersection of cyber and AI to help you conquer the unknown, navigate the journey, and maximize opportunities. So look, IT Nation, we've been down this road before with cybersecurity. And ConnectWise is here with you today, ready to meet the challenges. We're actively curating content, like Patrick shared a few minutes ago, to assist your teams with securing AI environments. We're educating the community on the risk and the opportunity. We've partnered with Microsoft to help you build and drive value with your clients. And we're helping partners every day to improve operations and gain efficiencies. As I said earlier, we are on the precipice of something great. You, the IT Nation, are on the edge of something great. And we look forward to solving this together. So Patrick, thank you for joining us on this critical and ongoing conversation.
You bet, Jay. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it. So, thanks.
Thanks you.
And remember, our understanding of how to work through these obstacles created by the intersection of AI and security really is truly a team sport. So.
It is, although for me it's hockey and not football. Hope that's okay. All right, so thankfully, look, we have the tools, the solutions, and of course each other. And so now it's time to hear what the ConnectWise product team has to say about AI and cybersecurity. Thank you, IT Nation, and as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay secure.
Thanks, guys. All right, thanks.
We all know managing cybersecurity with multiple tools can feel totally overwhelming. Always jumping from one system to another, chasing the latest security threats. All while concerned clients keep calling about vulnerabilities they've seen on the news. Not to mention juggling patches, updates, and monitoring across various platforms, along with accessing and aggregating data from multiple sources, plus the time it takes to normalize it. There's gotta be a better way. Right? Some way to manage all your cybersecurity needs in a single, unified experience? One smart solution that could simplify your workflow, enhance your response time, and keep your clients secure. I have a feeling life's about to get a whole lot better.
Please welcome Amir Karim, EVP and GM, Cybersecurity and data protection, ConnectWise.
Hello, IT Nation. It's great to be here again. So much has changed since last year, and yet so much still remains the same. I'm sure many of you can relate to that video, as this is what many of you might deal with in, day out. While the threat landscape continues to evolve, AI, if used maliciously, has made attacks more sophisticated and targeted. So, as you can imagine, every second matters when protecting your most important and critical assets. The only way to stay ahead of the bad actors is to streamline how we monitor and manage the security tools. But let's face it, when it comes to IT security, relying on too many tools can be a recipe for disaster. I hear this every day. Texts saying, hey, Amir, I'm drowning in alerts, struggling to make sense of different tools. How do I make this work? We now have a signal-to-noise ratio problem. While many cybersecurity companies are trying to address security challenges with point solutions, yet adding yet another tool to manage won't make anything easier. If anything, it's going to make your life harder. Another problem is trying to make sense of each tool and how it relates to each other. Although each tool might have similarities, none of it is easy to understand. And how do you know which tool is doing its job, truly helping improve your customer security posture? We just had Jay and Patrick come up and tell us how important it is to consolidate the number of tools, standardize and simplify the tech stack, and embrace hyperautomation. We've been listening and learning from you all about what's working and not working. And let me tell you, we understand what you are up against. It's time for a different approach. It's time to reinvent security as we know it. Our teams are hard at work, continuing to innovate and create breakthrough experiences for the IT nation. We first brought you ASIO, the foundation for all ConnectWise products, and the world's first purpose-built platform for MSPs. Then it was all about hyperautomation to streamline and automate your business and IT processes. And today, I'm excited to announce ConnectWise Security 360, a groundbreaking multi-layered cybersecurity solution, and it's all built on ASIO. Security 360 will become your single source of truth for all things cyber, unifying the entire experience into one beautiful experience. Aggregate, correlate, and normalize the data across different sources, different vendors, and tools, making it easy to take action via automated workflows. And best part of all, strengthen your client's security posture with a new MSP risk scoring system. I'm sure you're all interested to see this in action. So for that, I'm going to ask our in-house expert, John Helms, Director of Product, to join me on this stage to walk through Security 360 experience. John, come on out.
Thank you, sir. Hey guys, it's great to be here again.
All right, John, I know a lot has happened behind the scenes at ConnectWise. You up for sharing what you and the team have been working on for the past year?
Of course.
All right.
All right, so it's been an exciting journey building Security 360, and I want to take you through the experience. So first, everything you're going to see is built within the ASIO platform, and it starts with the home page. Think of this as your command center for all things security. Right away, you'll see that we are introducing a new risk scoring system called the MSP Security Score. The score is calculated using data from 5 different categories: endpoint, network, vulnerability, identity, and data. And with this, you and your clients will have a clear understanding of overall health of your security posture and potential risk. And the scoring is simple. It's very similar to a credit score. Scores higher than 90% mean you've minimized your overall risk. A low score of, say, 50%, probably need to do some work and improve that score. So next, you'll notice all of the critical information from the entire security tech stack. This comes to life as you integrate leading security tools into AZO. So at a glance, you can see a summary of all relative information and take action on it. My favorite things are the scrolling ticker at the top and the new ticketing experience. So this new ticker is where you will learn about the latest threat intel, zero-day attacks, and any other relevant security news that needs immediate attention. And next, we're gonna look at the reimagined ticketing experience. So this widget will show you all of your security tickets in one place without leaving the screen.
Seems like a small amount for tickets there. John, I love how the home screen pulls data together. You don't have to flip through any more consoles, different dashboards, different experiences. I also like the fact that I can see all my tickets in one place, all coming out of the AZO ticketing system, right?
Yep.
All right, you guys have really thought this through. I love how beautiful it looks. It's super simple. What else?
So let me walk you through the health section. So here, this is where you can deep dive into your security score and understand what areas drive a low score. You can easily click into the relevant category and learn about the recommended actions. Right on the top, you'll notice that we're calling out the riskiest companies, sites, and devices. You can even see how you've been trending with respect to your security score over the past few quarters.
All right, this is too cool. Come on, guys, this is like amazing. How intuitive is this? This is game-changing. To see all of this in one area, I can exactly see what score is affecting and how I can improve my customer's security posture.
Exactly. We tried to make it as simple as possible.
I love that. That's great.
So we want to ensure everyone has a frictionless and actionable experience. Let me show you how to address an issue across multiple vendors quickly. So as you can see, I'm missing endpoint protection on multiple devices. But by selecting all devices here, I can then trigger a workflow to determine the endpoint protection that's needed based on predefined policies, regardless of vendor, and then kick off an AZO script because the AZO agent is taking care of everything for you.
Wow. Talk about saving time. Now, if I recall correctly, that would have taken multiple clicks, going through multiple screens, right, to get things done. All right, I love what I see. What else?
Want to see some more?
Yeah.
All right.
Show it to me.
Moving along. Let's look at the endpoint screen. So here is where you'll see all your AV and EDR information. It all gets rolled up into one, so it's vendor agnostic. If you have an environment with customer base that uses different vendors, you can see everything in one location. No more toggling between different consoles.
All right, so let me get this right. This is endpoint, right? And so if I have an EDR from Bitdefender, SentinelOne, Microsoft, I can see it all in one screen? Really?
All of them.
All of them. All right, so you just saved me a ton of time because I don't have to go through different dashboards, consoles, logging in, dealing with different passwords and all that good stuff. So that's big, but I see some vulnerability thing. What's that?
Oh, I forgot about that one. So we've reimagined our vulnerability management. It's now part of the Security 360 experience. From here, you can see all your top vulnerabilities and decide which one needs to be addressed immediately.
Very cool. So far you've shared everything. It seems very intuitive. I love how it allows me to instantly see all the top vulnerabilities and decide which ones gets patched with just one click. Does this use the AZO patch management experience?
We got the AZO agent on it. It's going to use AZO patching.
So John, how do I get some of this cool stuff?
Well, basically, what I've shared so far will be available for early access starting in mid-July.
Nice. All right, I liked everything you shared so far, but I'm seeing a few more things. Maybe you can give me a sneak peek on what's coming next.
All right. So right here, we have a following few areas, and so to be clear, this is post-July. This is not early access.
You promised me I can get some of this stuff before
So
July.
the first one we're going to look at is email. This will aggregate data and show you everything from leading email security providers such as Microsoft and Proofpoint and many more. The goal here is to keep your inboxes protected. For those vendors wanting to integrate their solutions, just come find me afterwards. I'll be at the booth.
All right.
You want to talk about threats?
Yeah, why not?
All right. So this is a multi-source threat intel page where we will have aggregated data from multiple threat intelligence sources, including our very own cyber research unit, CompTIA, ISAL, and many others across the industry. Imagine having all of this level of data at your fingertips.
So are you like stitching it together behind the scenes? Like what's happening? Like this is cool. This is cool, guys. This helps us stay ahead of the threat landscape. I no longer have to piece information together, go on different sites, and trying to make different sense out of all this stuff. So, all right, please tell me this also helps me with my compliance stuff, John.
It does help you with your compliance.
Nice.
And who doesn't like talking about a compliance besides me? All right, so in here, we'll be combining elements such as CIS controls, dark web monitoring, security awareness training, and much more. Since this is a growing need, I'm sure all our partners will appreciate this one. It's okay to clap now. All right. That's all I can share at this time. Look, rest assured, more is on the way, but for everyone out there, you'll have to sign up to learn more and become an early access partner. Come by the booth, get signed up, find me. I'll be there the whole time, all week.
All right. So thank you, John. I really appreciate it. Let me get this right. With Security 360, partners will be able to integrate all their security tools, yes?
Yep.
Okay. Then the data gets aggregated into one unified experience?
Yep.
All right. And then they get to correlate the data across different vendors and sources.
Yep.
All right, so I'm scoring well here. All right, now, and speaking of scoring, it helps partners improve their security posture for all their customers. What's not to love, man? All right, so first of all, I really appreciate you taking the time to walk us through this great experience. I can't wait to get this in our partners' hands. So thank you, John.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
All right, let's shift gears to AI and cybersecurity, which we've been talking about. Just 6 months ago at IT Nation, we introduced our AI-powered digital assistant, ConnectWise Sidekick. This AI engine is part of our AZO platform. Sidekick was our response to partners wanting to do more, getting an extra pair of digital hands and leverage the tools in their business. First, with Sidekick for RMM, it was all about making complex scripting much easier. Then, with Sidekick for PSA, it was about reducing time to resolution and delivering better customer service. All right, in fact, partners using Sidekick for PSA are seeing a 20% decrease in time to resolution and 30% increase in technician efficiency. All right, if the first 6 months are telling, it has been a hit with our early adopters. With that, I'm pleased to announce Sidekick for Security now, your cybersecurity companion. Come on, guys. All right. What you see up here is Sidekick for Security that can be activated from anywhere in AZO, Microsoft Teams, and even Microsoft Copilot. It's easy to pull it up with simple language, start asking questions. What's my security score? Summarize my vulnerabilities. Show me vulnerabilities at a site level, and much more. I'm sure you're anxious to learn more, so head over to our booth and sign up for early access. All right, now let's talk about RPA. Very similar to our rollout of Sidekick, we launched RPA as part of our hyper-automation offering. Our RPA solution is an enterprise-grade, low-code tool that helps build automation via a drag-and-drop workflow builder. Earlier this year, what you see, we launched the ability to create custom actions, which allowed your team to go build workflows that connect with any available API application. Today, I'm excited to announce that we're expanding those customization capabilities to 3 things. First, custom triggers, enabling your team to create triggers via the webhooks and use the time feature, to schedule how frequently workflows should run and execute. Second, custom form designer. Besides webhooks, you can easily add form designer to prompt someone for the information as a trigger for the workflow. And then finally, you guys have been asking for this, custom bots, giving you the flexibility to go ahead and create your own bots. And all of this is available today. So I hope you're all excited about these new capabilities as we are. Okay. Let's move to MDR. We've been providing this exceptional service for all of our leading endpoint protection tools, SentinelOne, Bitdefender, and Microsoft Defender for Business. However, we understand that more of your Microsoft environment needs the same level of protection. In response to the evolving threat landscape, I'm thrilled to announce that we're expanding our MDR service. We can now safeguard your M365 environment with our new MDR for Microsoft 365. Meaning, enhanced security and protection for your components of Microsoft Stack. Our team of security analysts will constantly be monitoring and responding to threats in your M365 environment and looking out for any suspicious activity, whether it be business email compromise, especially if your team uses Microsoft Mail, unusual login attempts, malicious emails, attachments, data exfiltration, compromised account, and the list goes on and on. And it's available today in one of three ways. First, you can buy it standalone by itself, or you can add it to your existing MDR service, or buy it bundled with any of our leading EDR options, whichever one works best for you. And for a limited time, we're offering 50% off MDR for Microsoft 365, and this offer is good through the end of July. So sign up. All right. The other thing, I hear people have been asking for better reporting. I know many of you guys have asked, how do I know what the MDR has done for me? Well, that's about to change. I'm excited to share that we're rolling out MDR Executive Report, and it is available today. This is a comprehensive overview of what our security operations team has done on your behalf. The best part is you can access this report from ASIO or Security 360. You can schedule it as an email or have it exported as a PDF. Then, in the coming months, we're going to add additional capabilities that make it easy for you to share this to your customers. So that way you can provide the same level of insight. And it becomes a great conversational piece for your QBRs. All right. So here's a quick summary of everything we just shared. Security 360 is now your command center for all things security. Sidekick expands into security to help you get more done in less time. We're providing you with new custom options for RPA. And then finally, MDR is now able to support Microsoft 365. All right. Now, let me help finish things off. I'd like to bring Greg back up on the stage. Come on up, Greg.
Well, Amir, look, it's evident, I think, to anybody who's here that you guys have put in some hard yards and some work. So for that, we're thankful.
Thank you.
You dropped a lot of knowledge on everybody about everything here and what you've been working on. How can the partners take advantage of what you guys have put together?
No, it's a great question. Here's what you all need to do to get the most out of this week. First, it's all about networking. A lot of people here. It's a great opportunity to learn best practices. We've got a bunch of exciting but also innovative cybersecurity companies here that are in the Solutions Pavilion. Definitely want to go check them out. We also have a breakout session to learn more about ConnectWise, Security 360, and Sidekick for Security. So you gotta attend those. And then if you want to stay ahead on what's coming ahead, you don't want to miss out the roadmap session. Also, join me and our amazing guest keynote speaker, Erwin Wisser from Microsoft, on Wednesday. All right, I got one more thing for you. For those that are here and attending the event, you can get ConnectWise Security 360 and Sidekick for Security at no charge through October. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. And if you sign up before the week ends, you also will get vulnerability management for free. What do you think?
That's good stuff, Amir.
All
Thank
right.
you.
This is a limited time offer,
Yep.
only available for the first 500 people who sign up. Okay? All right. That's a wrap for me. Thank you, Greg. See you all
Awesome.
around
Good
at
work.
IT Nation, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Amir. Wonderful. Okay, IT Nation, it's time to get this thing officially kicked off, right? We've shared a lot today about the intersection of AI and cybersecurity and find ourselves at a moment that's unprecedented in history. Jason and I talked about how our resilience continues to be tested at an accelerated rate. MSPs have to get their mindset around starting, and it needs to start today. Jay and Patrick spoke about the actions that you need to take to shore up your defenses, and we have to consolidate the number of tools we have to standardize, simplify the tech stack, and embrace hyperautomation. They also made available the Advanced and Born report, so please make sure you scan the QR code and download that. And Amir shared the exciting news about ConnectWise's latest security solution, Security 360. The addition of Sidekick for security, and of course, the better support for Microsoft, so MDR with Microsoft 365. And don't forget, the EA offer is available for you to try and get it instituted in your organizations today. We have over 65 solution partners waiting at the Solutions Pavilion vendors to help you with your go-forward strategy. Please make sure you go take some time and speak with them. Tomorrow morning, we have a packed agenda. It starts at 9 a.m. right here, back in the Sunball room with Teresa Payton. Teresa was the first woman to serve as the White House Chief Information Officer for IT operations under George Bush in 2006 to 2008. She was there during a period of change and escalating tech threats, and has witnessed firsthand the radical shifts in cybersecurity. And don't forget, which I have here, your Traveler's Journal. If you don't have that or you haven't picked it up, it's designed to help you make the most of your experience here for the next few days. If you don't have it, or you didn't get it when you checked in, go see the IT Nation GPS team across from the services desk. Finally, we recognize the investment that you've made to be here and the commitment for this week. Thank you for the time again that you're taking to gain the knowledge, to capture it in your Traveler's Journal, and transport it back to your respective organizations so that we as an IT Nation can become stronger. Thank you, everybody, and I'll see you all at the Solutions Pavilion afterwards. Thank you.
Well, on the way the time cold, I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature for shelter you from the storm. Hold on, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. And girl, I wanna be the papa, you can be the mom. Oh, oh. Because the girl them broke out on the floor. From you don't wanna work this performer. From you don't want a man where can't turn you on. Girl, make I see you when them upon ya. Can't stand for the long, no eat no yam, no steamed fish, no green banana. But down in Jamaica